I don't want to get up. Okay, I'm sort of awake. I guess I'm gonna go grab me a biscuit. And we are actually going to the port to pick up today. So yay, oh, what fun. I could have went in there really super early this morning and gotten it over with, which probably would have been the good thing to do. But this is another oversized load, so I gotta wait on permits. I have not got my permit for Maryland yet. I'm picking up in Maryland, so that's the first permit I gotta have. I haven't got it yet. And here it is, almost 8 o'clock and no permit. I was kind of concerned about this the other day. I ran into some guys sitting at the West Virginia Maryland line. Said they've been waiting on Maryland permits for almost a week. So I've never had any problem getting a permit from Maryland, and I hope that it's not going to start. It seems like I'm pulling more and more oversized loads lately because, quite frankly, the rates stink right now. This seems to be the only way to make any money. So, lucky me, I get to load this all by myself. I have never done it before. It's a paver. What you think? Hopefully it won't be too hard. Oh, this is my load. Pretty cool. I haven't ever driven one of these before. Took me a minute to figure it out. It is 13.6 total is my height, and it says it's 10.2 wide, but when I measured it, unless it's 10.2 at the very top up there, that must be the widest point, because at the bottom it's less than 10 feet. And I'm still using my, what was supposed to be temporary setup, excuse me, for my light back here. Magnetic bottom works really good. Haven't had any issues with it going anywhere so far. And I have the wire ran down into my middle light. I just popped the light out and wired it up inside the hole. So I'm gonna have to come up with a more permanent solution for this if I'm gonna be hauling all these oversized loads. But, you know, it's a matter of time and money, and I gotta come up with both at the same time. You know how that goes, right? So I am here at the Flying J in Winchester, Virginia, which is a madhouse most of the time. I haven't been here in quite a while, but now they've got reserve parking, which is, it's made it a lot easier for me because they had quite a few reserve spots left, but the whole parking lot was full. The only thing available was reserve, so I ended up getting a reserve spot. So I got a place to park for the night, and as you can see, it's almost dark. I wanted to go further, but the way station's just right down the street. I didn't know how far I'd make it. Wow, I just got a level 3 as I was pulling out of the fuel island at, like, what is it, 5 o'clock in the morning, I think? Getting ready to start my day, and just 2 or 3 days ago I got a level 1. So my gosh, how many times can a person get an inspection in a month? This is crazy. I think I might be setting a record this month. Alright, so I just got back in at the TA in Laverne or Antioch, Tennessee. I'm not sure which, but so anyway, I started my day really great with a level 3 inspection at the, well, I just pulled away from the fuel island like I told you a minute ago. So in Tennessee, they will, I think they've recently changed it. They will actually allow you to run with an oversized load at night if it's less than 12 feet wide. And mine is like 10.2, so you have to have red lights marking the extremities of your load that are visible from the side and the rear. So That's what I was doing at the fuel pump. I was buying the red lights. I had just gotten up to start my day, and I had to go inside to get the red lights. So I went ahead and pulled up to the fuel island, went inside, got the lights, and pulled away from the fuel island because I noticed somebody pulled up behind me. And I pulled over to the side of the parking lot and turned on my flashers because I was only going to be there for a minute. And here comes a cop. And he parked right in front of my truck and come up and knocked on my door. So yeah, that was not really what I was expecting first thing in the morning, but luckily it went well. And like I said, I made it over here to the TA. I'm not allowed to run between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. in, I think it's Davidson County over here near Nashville. So I'm just waiting it out. 9 o'clock I can roll over to the consignee. So I guess I'm gonna go have breakfast now and maybe take a shower. Right, so we're empty in Tennessee. I've already got another load lined up. We're going to Florida. Okay, so I just got done scanning my paperwork, my lovely DOT inspection, and my logs for the past week. So I actually was in such a hurry yesterday to go pick up because I was so short on time, and I knew I was barely going to make it there to pick up before 4, which was my cutoff. And it's Friday. I had to get loaded today. I was in such a hurry I forgot to slide the axle on my trailer. I usually run with my axle open because most of the states I run through, it's not a big deal. There are some states that, however, it is not legal because of their kingpin law. If I leave my axle open, I will be too long and I will get a violation or a ticket. So Florida is one of those states that has such a kingpin law that I have to slide my axle forward on the trailer. And when I got there, it was like 3:30, I think. So they threw this stuff on me, and they literally, I was getting my chains out because I wanted to have my chains out by the time they got me loaded, then check my load, see if I need to make any adjustments. You know, I was trying to get out of there as quick as I could, so I wasn't standing back there watching them load me. They literally got this stuff on me, got my paperwork, brought it out for me to sign, and they got in their truck and they left. They were gonna leave by 4 o'clock, period. So, as you can see, my load is almost to the rear of the trailer. I wanted them to start at the front, near the step, and work their way back. But instead, they started at the back and worked their way forward. So, now, as you can see, I cannot slide my axle. So, I am stuck with an overlength trailer according to Florida kingpin law. I had to call and order a permit. You can actually get a permit from Florida, thank goodness, because this is not the first time I've done this. I need to slow down and take a breath and remember to slide my axle when going to Florida. But anyway, I'll show you the permit and talk a little bit about that and my lovely DOT inspections in just a minute. But right now I'm going to go ahead and start my logbook and start my day. So I don't know what is going on with the DOT and me lately. You know, when I got DOT the other day, I just got my truck washed, nice and clean, looking good. I was empty, deadheading over to pick up a load. I would just come off of some home time. So they pull me in the scale and I'm like going, what the heck is going on? And I go inside and he says, you haven't done anything wrong. I just want to do a quick inspection on you. I'll get you out of here as quick as possible. And he asked for my paperwork, my driver's license, you know, physical card, whatever. And I'm still scratching my head going, what's he doing? Is he going level 3, level 2? Surely not level 1. He didn't tell me. He just said it's going to be quick and easy, right? Okay, so he asked me a few questions, makes a little small talk, tells me my truck looks really good for an older truck. And then he says, here's your paperwork back, pull around to bay number 1, I think it was. I'm going, oh my God. I knew then that it was going to be a level 1. So he pulled me in, real nice guy. And, you know, he went through the whole thing, honk your horn, looked at my gauges. They actually have a pit there in Kentucky. So he went under the truck and told me when to mash my brakes and when to release my brakes, etc., etc. And he comes back out and he says, we may have a problem, your brakes being out of adjustments, but you have a brake chamber that is an older brake chamber on your truck, and I'm not familiar with it. I'm going to have to look up because it's been so long since I've seen that style of brake chamber. I don't remember off the top of my head what the measurements are for that brake chamber. So here I am sweating bullets thinking, surely not, because last time I checked them, they were all fine. They were in adjustments. And then he comes back out a few minutes later out of the pit and he says, I found a cracked shoe or brake pad. And he said, I'll take you under the truck and show it to you in a minute. He said, but I can tell you your truck looks really good for an older truck. I can tell you take care of it. And he said, don't worry, I'm not going to write you a ticket for the cracked brake pad. I'm not going to write you up. Everything is fine. You'll be on your way in a few minutes. So I'm thinking, thank goodness, right? So he takes me under the pit, shows me the cracked brake pad, which is at the very bottom in the 6 o'clock position on the number 2 axle, which is the front drive axle, right on the inside. That is actually the hardest one for me to see unless I get down and literally scoot up under my truck. So I had actually gotten under my truck and looked at my pads not too long ago because someone mentioned that they had just found cracked brake pads. So I did look at them and I didn't see that crack. I guess I didn't get far enough under the truck. I was shocked that he found that. I couldn't believe it. So he said he wasn't gonna write me up for it. So I was really, really relieved until I got inside the scale house. He told me, pull forward out of the bay, meet me inside, and we'll get you on your way. So I went inside, and he mentioned that the brake chambers on the number 2 axle, which is the front drive, are the old style short stroke pancake style brake chambers. He said he would recommend that I change those out into the newer one, long stroke chambers, blah blah blah. But it wasn't a big issue. But I had to fix the cracked pad, which that's fine. I didn't even know it was cracked. I'll do that. He hands me the report and asks me to sign it. And guess what? He wrote me up for the cracked brake pad. It's under violation, a brake violation. So he did write me up for it. He didn't give me a ticket. It didn't cost me any money out of my pocket. But it's on my CSA score now. Great. So anyways, and then again, when he handed me a report, he says, your truck looks really good. I can tell you take care of it. And I'm like, okay, thanks. Yeah, okay. I don't know if it's Jones, that I work for Jones, and that's why they flagged me, or if it's because I have an older truck and they figure it's easy to find stuff on an older truck. I don't know which it is, but I guess I'm really going to have to double down on my efforts of trying to find stuff and fixing it ASAP. I try to keep up with it the best I can. You know, this is an older truck and there's always issues that need to be fixed. You know, just regular maintenance, you know, stuff wears out. I thought, well, okay, I just got an inspection. Hopefully I won't have to worry about the DOT anytime soon. Well, I was getting ready to start my day, and of course, as I mentioned earlier, I got popped again in the pilot at the fuel island. DOT and police are everywhere this week. I don't know, did I miss something? Is it another inspection blitz going on? Because I seen cops sitting on the ramps. I seen a cop behind a truck on the ramp. I was going past the rest area and there was like 6 cops in there, all with their blue lights flashing, doing inspections on these trucks. The same day, okay, I got delivered. I come back through by the rest area and here's all these cops. And it says inspection station open. So I'm rolling in thinking, oh my gosh, again? Are you serious? Am I gonna get another inspection? So I pulled in nice and slow, and I saw all the officers were busy except for one. He was over there taking a little break. He didn't do anything at first, and I'm thinking, oh my God, don't tell me you're gonna pull me in again. So at the last second, he waves me by. So, you know, I know I've said in a previous video, don't get freaked out by the DOT, but my gosh, y'all are starting to make me nervous. I mean, I feel like a DOT magnet here lately. This is crazy. Basically, if you're going into Florida and you're going to be over length according to the kingpin law, they're a lot better than a lot of other states. They will actually let you buy a permit, which is, I don't know if I can find it. Just a permit. It's just a permit. It costs $15, and basically it says semi-trailer 53 foot with kingpin setting above 41 feet or greater than 41 feet. And on page number 2, like most other permitted loads, you have a route you got to follow. Mine was pretty easy. I-75 to the Florida Turnpike to 441 to Okeechobee. So really easy, and it will save you some hassle. Usually, like I said, I've done this before. I accidentally forgot to slide my axle, so usually I pull up to the scale, they come out with their little tape measure, I hand them my permit, they look at it, they said, thank you, have a good day, I'm free to go. It will save you the hassle of being the guy that is sitting in the scale house talking to the officer because you are overlinked on your kingpin. Pay the 15 bucks. It's better than getting a ticket later on and sitting at the scale house. I like it. Way to go, Florida. I wish a lot of other states would do that. Okay, so I think I may have found a solution to my dash cam problem. You know, I kept trying to find a replacement cord online, and I actually looked at a couple of the truck stops that I stopped in, but it seemed like the only power cords they had were for iPhones and Androids and really nothing else. So I finally found this little kit with all these different little end pieces. So they actually had one like I need, which is, I don't know if you can see that, it's like the fat one, like some of the dash cams and actually some of the older style digital cameras have this type of end. So finally found one, and the only problem is the way that it's made doesn't really work that well. As you can see, that part sticks out the front up against the windshield, so it's not flat up against the windshield, it's at an angle. The power cord is actually kind of short, so I can't really lay it across my dash like I would like to. So I got all this mess of wires I got to figure out what to do with, but at least it works. So I plug it in and it comes on like it's supposed to. I guess it's working right. I just have put a card in it, so we'll see if it's going to work properly. I've got my rear facing camera hooked up now, so I'll be able to get a view from the front and the back. I'm not sure what the quality of the picture is going to be, but at least I have a dash cam now. I just did my pre-trip and my tire on the trailer is low, so I hate it when this happens because it means I gotta spend extra time at the truck stop. I guess I should have gotten up a few minutes earlier, huh? This is a very handy item to have. I can air up my tires myself and not have to go looking for a place to air them up. So we are at 100 and, what is that, 10? Okay, that's pretty close to where I want to be. Just noticed something else while I was doing my pre-trip. The fire extinguishers are not zip tied on. They're really not fastened on very well at all because if the clip is worn out, it'll pop loose and the fire extinguisher could fall out. So I'm going to zip tie them on, make sure they don't go anywhere. We got them zip tied to the post so they won't go anywhere. So I guess we're ready to go. Hopefully we won't have to worry about stopping at every freaking DOT station today in Florida, but who knows, Florida might have something going on too, you never know. Alrighty, so I'm getting the pumps unloaded. Hopefully this won't take too much longer and hopefully I won't be sitting in Florida for a couple days looking for a load. Empty, and I'm trying to hold my hand up here so you can see me because the sun is horrible, but I got filthy from the chains. That's how I get so dirty. I know the noise is probably horrible. Let me turn the fan off. I'm about to die. Even though it is almost the end of October, it is hot down here in Florida, so I am burning up, so I have my fan on. Hopefully it won't take too long to get a load out of here. I'm hoping to get one going to Georgia so I can visit my son and pick up my mail, get my new mic. So hopefully the audio quality on the next video will be much better. I'm going to the pilot now. Luckily there's one about 30 minutes away, and and I'm gonna take me a shower, get all cleaned up, and hope that I don't have to sit very long waiting for the next load. I usually don't like to shower till after I get reloaded, but I'm not gonna sit around dirty not knowing how long it's gonna take to get reloaded. It could be a while, so I'm gonna go get cleaned up and eat a little bit of lunch. So wish me luck, but we got another one off, and you know what that means, money in the bank. So I'm happy, everything went well, and off to the next run, right? So thanks for watching, you guys. Stay tuned, and